The Hat Trick Hockey Podcast is brought to you in part by Howie's Hockey Tape, the world's highest quality hockey tape. Use the promo code HTH Podcast in all caps to save 10% on your order of long lasting hockey products from hockey tape and wax to laces and socks. That's HTH Podcast, all uppercase, to save 10% on your order of Howie's Hockey Tape. What's going on, all you beauts and beauties? Welcome to the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast, brought to you by GL Heritage, the official beer of HTH. I am your host, Brett Hedges, along for the ride with my favorite guy, the creator of the show, the King of Crispy, Anthony Gaudette. Anthony, say hello.
Hi.
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 Before we get into the show, make sure you guys follow us on all of our social media channels. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Bump up some of the views on our previous videos. Visit our merchandise link to get some of our HDH merchandise
hmm
and support our sponsors because they support us. You can get 20% off your order at biosteel.ca by using the promo code CRISPY HTH with all capitals. And if you are Howie's Hockey Tape user, you can get 10% off your order there with the promo code HTH podcast. So thank you very much for doing that, supporting those sponsors, and thank you to those sponsors for supporting us. Ant, how
Hi.
the hell are you? I think we've been a
Wow.
little busy lately.
We have been actually. It's been that's obviously why we haven't been on the air. We've done Windsor games. We've done Battle of the Badges, which we're gonna probably get into in a second here, and just working now. I'm on midnights now, so I'm everywhere right now, but we're getting it done. But what about you before we
I
get
mean,
into
we're
this
saving,
hockey stuff?
yeah, we're saving the world one van and one charger at a time.
Yeah.
Ant and I both work at the WAP. Ant got moved to midnights, and I am on swing shift. So finding a time to record can be rather difficult, considering, Ant's a night owl now. And
Yeah.
he has broken sleep patterns, and and besides, we have families, and we have we do our other stuff with hockey as well. So finding a time to carve out an hour to speak amongst ourselves and not work for other teams is getting to be seemingly more difficult, my friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big
Uh,
time.
do you want to talk to the folks about how we got involved with Battle of the Badges and how we got it done?
Well, I mean, first of all, like, and we're not mad about it, but I mean, like, we did that on like extremely short notice. Like, we only had what, maybe 5 days notice, I
5 or
think.
6, yeah.
Six at max.
Well, this
And
all this all kind of started because after we did the Battle of the Badges interview, we talked to
yeah.
Patrick Lomascolo and Ryan Cravatin and said, "Hey, if you need our help, like let us know. We'll do whatever we can."
Mhm.
And then Jeff Casey reached out to me via text and said, "Hey, can I call you?" And I was like, "Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
he'll need us to do something game day or do a live like in a live interview or something during it." And
Mhm.
he called me. He's like, "Hey, do you want to do the broadcast?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like we were planning on doing the broadcast for YourTV, but unfortunately they passed on it. They just didn't understand from what we talked to Cliff, like our producer at the station. He's like, they didn't quite understand that it was going to be an actual hockey game and not just like Power Puff kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's not like your regular charity game.
Yeah.
So your TV would have normally done it, but they passed on it this year because they just didn't know what it was about, I guess.
Mhm.
And so Jeff Casey asked me, so yeah, do you want to do the broadcast? Thinking, like they've got someone coming in and they're gonna produce it and do whatever, and they're gonna want me and Ant to call it. And he goes, after a while, I'm realizing like, oh, he means he wants us to do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, yeah, sure. Like we'll figure it out. And it's not something that we have done, but honestly, man, I'm super happy and like proud of what we were able to pull off
Yeah.
in a 6 day span. For me, you and Drew not having like obviously we've worked in live streaming before. We've
Yeah.
never run it full like from A to Z. So I mean, I'm really happy. Like obviously, could we have other areas that we could improve on and things that we could add? Absolutely. But for what we needed to do and what they asked us to do, I think we knocked it out of the park, dude.
Oh, I think so too. And the thing is, like, not only did we have short notice, we had to like lock in all this equipment. We had to, there was some stuff that we were using that we've never used before as a
Yeah.
show. And like, thank God we had like, man, Drew like saved the day. Like Drew had like score overlays, like everything, man. Drew had us
Yeah.
like dialed in. Emily too ran the camera for pregame ceremony and I think the whole first period.
Yeah.
And then Drew ended up manning it after that. And as the game's going on, Brett's calling the game. So from the second period on, so Brett's calling the game, Drew's running the camera, and at the same time, I'm doing color. I'm working the scoreboard on
Yeah.
screen. So we were all like multiple duties. So but man, we did it, and it couldn't. I think for on the short notice that we had and the stuff that we had, I mean, yeah, I think it was a 10 out of 10 experience, and I will probably forever do that game as long as they want me to do it. I'll do it.
It
It
was a great
was,
time.
yeah, it was fun, man. When we ended up, we went to the after party after,
Yes.
and we got to, talk to some people and meet some people. And we were down in the dressing rooms after the game. Everybody's probably seen the photos on our social media, stuff like that. So it was a good night, man. We got to hang out. We got the media suite too
Yep.
at WFCU, so that was pretty sweet. No pun intended. But then yeah, our it was a great game. They put on a absolute show. Let me tell you, they weren't just like rubbing out. Like there was like body checks. So there
Oh
was some
yeah.
big hits. There was big scrums. There was borderline couple scraps. Coxie got into a little bit of a dust up there after the one goal, and he's like going to the penalty box. He's waving his arms, and the crowd's going nuts. And it was just, and the best part about it is, so we were chatting with him after at the after party, and he's like, he's waving his hands up in the air. The crowd's going nuts. He looks up. He's like, all I see is his boys, right? His
Little
two
boys.
boys,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah. I'm like, dude, that's what it's all about right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it was. I
It
had a
was a full
great.
barn.
There was over 4,000 tickets sold. So that's pretty much like a Windsor game.
Yes.
Pretty much. And but we want to say thank you to everybody, Jeff, Casey, for keeping us in mind, and not only that, having the faith in us to do it. The whole Play for a Cure like program, the cops, the firefighters, like they rolled out the red carpet for us, man, invited us into the room. We had a couple beers with everybody, met some people, like I said before. So yeah, there's the jersey there. It was just an overall, it was just a great experience. And yeah, I will always do that game. Always, always, always. What about you?
Yeah, I had a fantastic time. As we see, I'm showing you guys the Battle of the Badges hats
Yeah.
that they were giving out. Got one for putting the old head.
Mhm.
Troy Cox was generous enough to give us his jersey. I'm not sure if it was his jersey to give out, but
I
we'll
have his
take
nameplate
it.
and number
Yeah. So if we can get a firefighter jersey, that'd be fantastic, and we'll
yeah,
throw that in the studio. I think that'd be a perfect
side by
complimentary
side.
piece.
Yeah.
Um, they put on a great show. And for all of us, all the people that weren't there, the police, their name were the Guardians.
Mhm.
The police, the WPS, the Windsor Police Service, the Guardians took on the Windsor Fire and Rescue Service firefighters, and the final score ended up being 6-2. Um, but this game started out great. The firefighters scored first.
Yeah.
Chris Jaber, a high school friend of mine, he scored there, and he was like, he was so appreciative. I talked to him after. He's like, "Man, thanks for the shout out." And like everyone that I've talked to on both sides, whether it was police, and I ran into another member of the firefighter team at the safety village. My daughter had a field trip there, so I went there, and the one guy that was doing all the demos, I was like, D Riem. I was like, hey, there was a Dan Riem on the firefighters team. So afterwards, I chatted with him, and everyone was super appreciative. And he said that because we did the live stream, it wasn't like just linear television. Everyone got to watch this broadcast, right? So he said he had buddies in Florida texting him about it. He had people like, dude, like we had a bunch of people in the group chat that were saying like, yeah, watching from Wisconsin, watching from
Yeah, it was
Minnesota, watching
nuts,
from
man.
Florida, watching from New York State. Like,
Straight chaos.
yeah, it was crazy.
Hmm.
hmm So we had a really good time, and the police won 6-2. And our boy who was in the original video, I mean interview, Ryan Cravatin, arguably player of the game, man. He put on a
Oh,
show. Two
oh,
goals, two assists.
yeah.
But I want to give a shout out to the goalies too. They were pretty stellar. Mark Tremblay and Eric Bogart
Hmm.
for Tremblay played for the firefighters. I mean for the Guardians, and Bogart played for the firefighters. And Bogart actually got into a little bit of a scrum
Yeah.
as well. So, and these guys were playing hard. They were playing for
Oh, yeah.
keeps, and there was a lot of pride on there. And dude, in terms of an entertainment aspect, and in terms of a charity game, they
Hmm.
knocked it out of the park. It was very well done. It wasn't a goon fest. It wasn't anything dumb like that. But they got the people going. They got people entertained, and they had a great time.
Hmm. For sure. And you know what? I give that game 2 to 3 years, and you're going to see a couple scraps in it. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
happen. It's gonna
Hmm.
happen. Like there's no running from it. There's no hiding from it. It's gonna
Hmm.
just the way it was, and it was amped up, and the big scrums in front of the bench. Some like a couple guys hopped off the bench. That's why I said in the video, like we got to stay on the benches here because like it could have got ugly quick. But I mean, a goalie fight would have been amazing. The roof would have blew off that place if those guys would
Yes.
have met at center ice because they were both in that scrum.
Yes.
So if they would have separated from the crowd and went at it, you might have seen the roof blow off that place. But either way, like good show by both squads, and just yeah, man, just all around top 10 experience for sure. Actually, no, I want to say 10 out of 10 experience, sorry.
Hmm.
And yeah, I'm back again. Next year, I'm in. I'm saying it now. I'm in.
100%. Yeah, so it was 1-1 after the second period, and then it was 4-2 after, or 4-1 after the
I
second.
think so, yeah.
And then the police scored to go up five. I think they ended up going. I think it was 4-1
Yeah.
after the second, and then the police scored up to go 5-1. The firefighters got one back, but it ended up being 6-2. And
Hmm.
Ryan Cravatin, like we said, we chatted with him after the game. He was really appreciative,
Yeah.
and he even like he said like he had to do some maintenance on his own finger on the
Oh, yeah.
bench. Like he like pulled his fingernail off like during a thing, and it was like hanging off, so he had to like cut off a piece of his fingernail, his like thumbnail on the bench. And so these guys were going for it, and they
Oh,
had a
yeah.
great time. And the most important thing is that they helped raise a lot of money for charity, right? This was all
Mhm.
through Play for a Cure, and they raised
Oh,
$106,000.
yeah.
And then there was an additional grant that was given to them, I believe it was from the government, for
Yeah.
$70,000 because they put this event on. So overall they raised 175 or $176,000 for charity, and that is absolutely incredible.
Hmm.
A lot of people dedicated their time to this. Like I said, like we were more than willing to help out and
Hmm.
do whatever we had to do. And I'm happy that they asked us and sign us up for next year, Jeff. We
Yeah.
do have a meeting coming up with Jeff to talk
Yeah.
about the regular Play for a Cure. Not
Yeah.
sure exactly what we're going to do for that, but
Yeah.
we are going to be involved in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form.
Let's put it this way. When we got done that game, we were leaving the cops room and we were going into the firefighters room. And when we left the room, Jeff was just outside the room and he was talking to us for a minute and he's booked us on the spot to do the other game, Play for a Cure. So
Mhm.
we're going to be doing that one as well. So check us out there.
For sure. So thank you everyone for
Yeah.
getting involved, and thank you for everyone for the kind words,
Yeah.
and thanks for supporting HTH, and thanks for supporting Battle of the Badges. They did a great job.
Hmm.
Next segment, what do you want? You want to talk about the Olympics, or do you want to talk about the OHL?
I mean, we can go OHL first.
Yeah, so since the last time that we recorded, we've done 5 or 6 Windsor Spitfires games
Yeah.
in the studio for YourTV Windsor,
Hmm.
and I mean, I've enjoyed like we've done a pretty. I'd have to say that we did a pretty good job hosting those games and doing our intermissions and pregame and postgame stuff. But the Windsor Spitfires are in a dogfight in the Western Conference. It's turning into a three-horse race for the top spot in in that conference, and they're also battling the Flint Firebirds. So Kitchener's in the other division; they're going to win that division, and they could be the number one seed. But Windsor and Flint, who are in the other division, the West Division, are neck and neck in that division as well with Kitchener. So we've got a three-horse race going in the OHL Western Conference, and it's making for some really interesting and really exciting hockey coming down the stretch. What were your thoughts about just hosting and being part of the studio coverage from the
Yeah.
last month and a bit.
I mean,
And
it's I mean, it's always good being in there with you guys. It's always an interesting time. Um, yeah, it's just Windsor they've been playing good too.
yeah,
Normally, I was a little worried last time they went into Saginaw because we always know how they play when they go into the Dow. It's like flip a coin, but it was like all Spitfires in that game. It was just dominant from start to finish, and they were like the score was what 4-1 or something.
ended up being 4-2. They ended up
4
scoring
2, yeah.
late.
Yeah, they scored late, but still, there was a penalty shot goal. There was, I think that was the first time in a while that those teams played where there wasn't a fight.
Yeah, I mean, there were scrums, but there
Yeah,
wasn't
but there
fights.
wasn't
Like,
like scraps like there normally is. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Windsor's playing good. We got Spelzy was out. He threw that hit against, I believe it was Sarnia, completely
yeah,
just put a guy's head into the fifth row at um,
WFCU.
WFCU. But he, like that hit, like I'm kind of mixed emotions on it. Like, yeah, the arm came up. I get it, whatever. But pick your fucking head up. Like, why are you looking at
Yeah,
your skates with the puck on your stick? Bowango, like you would say. And yeah, he got smoked. And but the only part that sucks is like if he's gonna get tossed out for that, the guy's trying to fight him. Like at least let him stand up and go. Like if
yeah.
you're tossed anyways, you might as well get your money's worth. But
Hmm.
yeah, other than that, I just hope that they can keep it moving, keep the injuries down, and just because the playoffs are gonna be dudes like it's everything's so tight. You're not even gonna be able to tell who they're gonna play.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Western Division, the West Division itself is a gauntlet right now because we got Flint at the time of this recording. They've played one extra game than Windsor, so 56 games played, 37 wins, so they've got 79 points. So Windsor, 55 games played, 36 wins, and 79 points. But right behind them in the West Division, the Sioux Greyhounds, who picked up Carter George, and they've got Brady Martin on their team as well, who is a high draft pick. 55 games, 33 wins, and 72 points. So they picked Carter George up from Owen Sound
Yeah.
at the trade deadline, and he has been absolutely on fire for them. I want to say he's got like 3 or 4 shutouts since being traded to them. He's scored a goal into an empty net as well, and he is hands down the best goalie in the OHL, if not the entire CHL, and that's why he was Team Canada's goalie at the World Junior Championships. I mean, Jack Ivankovic's good too, but he's playing for Michigan. And I mean, this is going to come down to it. Like the way that I see it, this shaking out, and of course, oh, the London Knights. Everyone's like, oh, they're selling at the deadline. They're rebuilding. They're in fifth place in the conference with 69 points, so they could easily get into the top four. They might not have enough time to supplant Windsor or Flint or Kitchener, but they are 100%. They're comfortably in the second position in their Midwest division. So now it's all about what they can do in the last 12, 13 games of their schedule to improve that and maybe get above of the Sioux Greyhounds. But any five of those teams should be a fun time
Oh yeah.
playing against them in the playoffs. What I'm hoping happens is that Kitchener finishes number one, and Windsor and Flint finish number two or three. And it doesn't really matter which one it is because this is going to be a coin flip at the end of the day. It's going to come down to 1 point, one game. And we
Mhm.
actually have to do their game on March 7th. So that's going to be like the last 5, 6 games of the year, I want to say. We have to do their game in studio on the 7th. So that's going to be a huge game. I'm hoping those teams finish 2-3 so that we can get a Flint and Windsor second round series
Mhm.
to get to the Western Conference Finals, and that would mean that your boys would be on TV breaking down those playoff games, those away playoff games. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad if the Sioux Greyhounds Windsor had to play them in the second round, or I wouldn't be mad if it was Windsor and if it was Windsor and London, that would be great too.
Mhm.
But the way that things are shaking out, I think, and Kitchener's just playing unreal right now too. Like
Yeah, they're a
you've got
wagon.
they're a wagon, and they've been playing really, really well. But just the way I feel things that are gonna go, I feel like we're gonna get a Windsor and Flint playoff series, and that would be a lot of fun for us.
Damn right it's gonna.
Hmm. We'll keep it to that. That they've got their regular season doesn't finish until March 22nd, so they've got a month to play 12 more games or 13 more games, and they start this weekend. They play Kitchener on the road on Friday, and then they come back home and play Flint on Sunday. So another big game coming up this week, the week of this recording. So should we talk about? I mean, we've talked about the good, we've talked about the bad. Do you want to talk about the stinky in the
Oh,
OHL?
I already know where this is going.
Because apparently this is great. This is
Do we have a screenshot of this like email or anything at all?
okay. I'm gonna find it right now.
Okay, so while you
Go
kind of
for
do
it. Yeah.
that, do you want me to kind of explain?
Yes.
Okay, so the Oshawa Generals sent out a email to season ticket holders, I
Yes.
believe is who it was. And it was like pretty much telling them like, hey, the arena stinks. Can you like shower before you come into the arena is pretty much what it said. Brett's trying to find it right now if he can find someone's got
Yes.
to have it out there somewhere.
The original email, I believe, has been they've like scrubbed it.
Yeah.
Oshawa email to fans, but like they've got the please shower. Yeah, basically it was saying like, hey, like we've got we love you guys. Like we understand that things are how things are going right now. But we've got to ask you guys to do a few things for us in the meantime. And oh, come on, let me see. Are asking fans to okay. So it was like, hey, like we would like you guys to, yeah, one, like use our hand sanitizing stations, please. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're sick, please don't come to the game. Or if you're sneezing, do whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like please cough into your arm. And afterwards, it was like, and if you have done anything that would produce body odor, and let me see, is this here? Let me see. Okay, here it is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I'm gonna read this verbatim.
Oh
Hey,
God.
Gens Nation, we're thrilled to have you with us each and every game and appreciate the energy you bring to the arena. To help ensure a clean, comfortable, and enjoyable experience for everyone, we kindly ask for you to cooperate with a few simple hygiene practices. Please make use of the hand sanitizing stations located throughout the arena, cover your coughs and sneezes, and be mindful of personal cleanliness while sharing our space with fellow plans. If they had stopped there, I feel like this wouldn't be anything,
Yeah.
right? But
Keep
they
going.
continued. If you're feeling unwell, we encourage you to take care of yourself and cheer us from home when possible. Even if they stopped there, they would be fine. If you went to the gym or did something that produced body odor, please shower before attending the game. And that's where like everyone's like, "Whoa, like they're
Yeah.
telling us that we're stinky."
That's funny.
These small actions make a big difference in keeping our community healthy and our events running smoothly. Thank you for your understanding, your respect for one another, and for being such an important part of our fan family. Enjoy the remainder of the season. And this is warm regards, Jason Hickman, Director of Ticket Sales and Services for the Oshawa General Hockey Club. And I'm sure that his email has blown up in the meantime
Oh,
after this.
hilarious. Are you kidding me? Like it's like, hi, season ticket holders, please use our what is it? The hand sanitizer stations, cough into your arm and wash your ass. Oshawa.
Yeah. And
Maybe the fans are just trying to match what's going on the ice and just be stinky.
yeah, and there was a couple people that like Facebook comments, and the internet is relentless,
Oh
right?
yes, it's
And
amazing.
oh, and the comments on every social media platform were just ripping this apart. One, it's not that much of an ask to make sure that people don't
Yeah.
smell like
Shit.
ass when they go to games, but um but to have to put in an email, and I guess this has been brewing for quite some time because there have been numerous complaints about body odor in the stands and stuff like that, and like we get it, like
But how
no
bad
one's
does it
perfect, but
smell for
how
them to
bad is
be
it?
able to fucking say something though?
Yes, like we're a official team statement has to be made
Yeah.
that hey boys,
Come on out.
wash your
Oshawa
ass.
welcomes in the Windsor Spitfires. The game is brought to you by Irish Spring.
But they got so much backlash that they had to put out an official statement again
And
on
they
social
doubled
media and
down on
say,
it. Go ahead,
yeah,
hit it, hit it.
okay, so this is an official statement from the Oshawa Generals. This was on social
Amazing.
media.
This is amazing.
Hey, Gens Nation, we took a penalty on that last one. It's not our place to overstep like we did. We are sorry, and hopefully we can wash this one off. So, and like a little bit of like side eye there when they're putting this
Oh,
statement out,
hilarious.
and it's hilarious. But this guy, this Hickman who does the director of ticket sales for the Generals. I'm reading an article with CBC right now, and so he told this publication who reached out to him afterwards, like, say that he gets a lot of complaints from fans about the person next to them smelling like cat pee, bad breath, this, that, and everything else. And he told the news outlet that these complaints have increased over the last month. In a city that some call the dirty Shwa, one fan said the General's email plays into negative stereotypes. And like I get it. Like
Hmm.
I understand.
Sure.
But yeah, the dirty Schwa. It's just I don't know. Like in this, and they've interviewed some people that go to the game. She's like, and this one person who they didn't give her full name, but said Ashley said that she hasn't noticed bad smells at games before. She called the email a blunder for the team, saying that they should address odors by approaching people in person. Well, what's worse, you putting out a mass email, or you doing like centering people out like one by one, right? Like so I think by acknowledging it, Oshawa is in a rock and a hard place, and by doubling down on it, they're not wrong for asking their fans to know to practice general hygiene practices, but it's a tough look for the general Oshawa Generals, who are the worst team in the OHL this year. They did, to their credit, they did make it to two OHL finals the last 2 years. Our friend Andrew Gibson, who is a friend of the show, was on that team last year that went to the finals. And they've had a great program there before, like back to back finals appearances is great. But they're rebuilding, so they're at the bottom of the standings this year, and it's just been a tough year for the Oshawa Generals, and this makes it even tougher. Although this is funny, it does speak to some struggles that are going on in Oshawa. And
Yes.
Oshawa is owned by a guy from Windsor, Rocco Tullio. So crazy.
Get that Irish Springs in there.
Yeah. And so every other team in the OHL, a lot of different teams anyway, were making some form of social media posts,
Oh,
or
it was
like the
amazing.
Peterborough Petes were advertising for their next game, like, hey, our giveaway this week, or our special item for sale in our tuck shop this week is a shower bag with the Peterborough Petes logo
Yeah.
on it, and everything like that. So I just thought that was hilarious. Um, I'm not sure where they go from here, but we'll wait to see if the overall cleanliness of the stadium is improved in the near future. Irish Spring,
Yeah.
Oshawa Generals hockey, brought to you by Irish Spring. How about the Olympics, bud? Are you enjoying the Olympics?
Are
We
we
had a little bit of a nail biter
uh,
yesterday in
are
the
we entertained
quarterfinals.
yet? Are we entertained yet? Come on, people.
Well, yeah,
You know, if the Toronto Maple Leafs, could really maybe change things around if they just had that one guy who could just score, like a guy like Mitch Marner who could score clutch goals, I'm sure it would be amazing in the Leafs lineup. What do you think?
yeah. If they had a 100 point guy,
Yeah. Yeah,
take
someone
face.
who can snap it around. Like, hmm.
I'd have to say that people were entertained by the fact that all four quarterfinal matchups went into overtime,
Mhm.
and I absolutely enjoyed watching it. However long that I did, I watched. I didn't get a chance to watch the Canada game because I was at the field trip, but I was checking in on the score. I watched the Switzerland-Finland game. That was fun. And then I watched the USA Sweden game, and that was a really good game too. And Quinn Hughes, that was an absolute bullet that he fired in overtime to send the United States into the second into the semifinal. And Slovakia beat Switzerland in overtime as well. So So the semifinals for Friday, February 20th are Canada versus Finland at 10:40 a.m. Eastern Time and the United States versus Slovakia at 3:10 p.m. Eastern Time as well. So flip a coin. It should be a lot of fun in the
Yeah.
semifinals.
Hmm.
What have you liked? What have you not liked about the Olympics?
I like McDavid hitting. I like that. I like when he's like physical like that. It brings out a whole new side of him. And like the guy's just a complete monster when he does that. Um, Unfortunate injury to Kevin Fiala though. That
Oh,
was kind of a bummer. So like, is this gonna put a little bit of a damper now on NHL players going to the Olympics now? Because Fiala's have been having a pretty good season, and to go there and have that happen to him, kind of shitty. But hockey wise, like you can't really ask for better games. There hasn't they got the well Canada smashed. I think who they beat France or something
France was
or
10-2 or something like
10-2,
that.
but that's really been the only blowout in the men's side,
And that's
right?
the
Like
best, and that's the best lineup in the entire world. You got 25 NHL guys on that
yeah,
team. I don't
so
think that. I think there may be one guy in the NHL from France, right?
yeah.
So
I mean, it was kind of expected. I hammered the like over on goals in that game. Are you kidding me right now? So yeah, but so far so good. Semifinals now is where you start to get a little bit nervous because you don't know what you're gonna face. Like you obviously know who you're gonna face, but you don't know what team's gonna show up when it's the Olympics and anything can happen. And Crosby, we don't know what kind of shape he's in right now.
true.
Radko Gudas, well, you are public enemy number one right now in Canada, and I don't know. I hope Sid's okay. That what makes me think that he's gonna play is the coach there, John Cooper, said, "Did you think we were gonna let that be Sid's last game?" So I'm hoping he's back, and I'm hoping he's back in that Captain Canada form that he's all. But Sid. If Sid can play, he's gonna play. So especially in the Olympics, considering this will probably be his last go around. So
Yeah. I mean, even if he can line up and even just take defensive zone faceoffs as like the fourth or third line center, I think that he'll do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Win the draw, make a change, like that kind of
Power
thing.
play, go on the half wall and snap it around. That's what he's.
Yeah,
But
they'll find a spot for him for sure.
so to me, who's this? If like, well, Wilson too had that little bit of everybody you got thrown around, but like, okay, listen, Wilson doesn't like to wrestle. He likes to chuck bombs. So you're like, what do you? If I was him at that point, like I would have just started hucking bombs. You got
Yeah,
thrown out anyways. You would have got the same penalty,
yeah, that's true.
right? Like
That's
that's the
true.
case. So I'm getting kicked out. I'm gonna take a little piece of you when I leave too. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
have the old chomper like necklace there, the tooth necklace when I leave the ice or something. But
That's true.
it's yeah, it's been great hockey so far. What do you think?
I think it's been fun. Everything that I've watched has been solid competitive wise. I
Hmm.
really when the rosters were released and we saw that Macklin Celebrini was on this team and Connor Bedard was not, we all wondered why Connor wasn't on the team, but Macklin Celebrini has absolutely
Yeah,
shown why he is on the team because he is one of the best players in the world right now, and the kid's barely 20 years old. Like
yeah,
he's been unreal in this tournament.
he's so good. It's crazy how they can be that good at such a young age. And this is
Hmm.
his second year in the NHL, isn't it?
I believe yes, full
Yeah.
second full year. Yeah,
Yeah. So like think about that. He came in at 18, 19 years old and started was playing at that kind of caliber. And second year in the NHL, he's already on the fucking Olympic team. Come
first
on.
line,
Yeah, that's what I mean. First line, playing with Connor McDavid. So I mean,
unreal.
yeah, hats off to him.
I mean, if this is what he can do now, I can't wait to see what happens in the future for him, and I can't wait to see what happens with the San Jose Sharks. I guarantee they're getting more and more fans every week because of the
Yeah.
play of Macklin Celebrini. And I
Mhm.
and I saw a stat that this is like his fifth league in a row. Like if you're gonna call the Olympics like a league, where he scored on his debut game, whether it was like UCHL, NCAA, like whatever different divisions that he's played for, like U17 World Championships, World Junior Under 21 Championships, and now he's on the full Olympic team. The kid just knows how to play, and he plays the right way. And there was a game, I forget which one I was watching, but it was a goal that Nathan McKinnon ended up scoring. I forget who they were playing, but the whole whole reason why they got the puck back was because Celebrini was flying in and forechecking.
Hmm.
McDavid ended up picking it up off the half wall. He drives the net, puts a shot on net. Then the rebound goes right to Nate McKinnon's stick for an easy tap in. I'm just like that whole. I was at work watching it, and I was like that whole goal was possible because of Celebrini going and flying and removing that guy off the wall with the puck. So he's playing every single role that you can. I mean, he's playing his game the best way that he can. And man, if he's going to be the face of the franchise, being Hockey Canada from the for the future, I'm very excited for the future of Canadian hockey at the at the Olympic level.
Oh yeah.
Right? Who knows what we're going to get in 4 years if the NHL players are going to go back? But hey, man, if they win or if they get a medal, that guy's going to be first team All Olympics. So.
Hmm.
What do you got for predictions before we head to our next thing? So
Well,
Friday we got Canada, Finland, and then U.S. Slovakia,
I'm gonna
and the bronze
go.
medal would be Saturday, February 21st, 2:40 p.m., and then the gold medal game would be Sunday, February 22nd at 8:10 a.m.
So I'm gonna go Canada, obviously, for obvious reasons, and I'm gonna go like 5-2.
5-2. Okay.
Yeah,
Honestly, in the other game, I think Slovakia could beat the United States. Just that
yeah,
they've really impressed me this week.
yeah, for sure. That could be the if they do would be one of the upsets of the tournament, but I don't know. I could see the U.S. pulling through though.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a 3-2 game either way,
Yeah.
and that one could go to overtime. I
Hmm.
was really entertained by the Sweden United States game. Dylan Larkin gets the goal
Yeah.
for the United States. Mika Zibanejad scores late in the third period to tie it up and send it into overtime. But then Quinn Hughes just absolutely throws a piss missile
Yeah.
off the bar in for the OT winner, and that's why that guy gets big money to play, yeah, in the NHL on the blue line there, and he's one of the best players in the entire world. So full marks to the United States for winning that game. But if I was to guess Canada Finland, I'd say yeah 4-2, maybe 5-2 or 4-3. And the United States is going to be a coin flip 3-2 either side, and I think that one's going to go to overtime.
Yeah.
Perfect. And of course, the bronze medal game would be on Saturday, February 21st, like I said, at 2:40 in the afternoon, and Sunday, February 22nd, the would be the gold medal game at 8:10 a.m. And the reason why it's that early is because the closing ceremonies are that night, and the men's ice hockey Olympics that like closes out like that's like the main event, and
Hmm.
they close it out with that. So all big shout out to our women's team as well. I believe they're playing on the day of this recording. They're playing in the gold medal game against the United States. They lost in the preliminary round to the United States 5-0. So it might not be their night. It might not be their year to win the Olympics, but hey man, they made it to the final, and if they do win, hey, full marks to that team for bouncing back after
Hmm.
dropping a game like that to the United States in the preliminary round 5-0. So
For sure.
both sides of the coin, men and women, both killing it.
Yep.
And either way, we're going to be competing for a medal on both sides, as we should be.
Damn right.
So full marks to everyone that's involved at Hockey Canada for selecting these teams, and best of luck to all the athletes involved.
Hmm.
Shall we move to the Northern Premier Hockey League?
I mean, we can, yeah.
Yeah, we've been very busy. Ant and myself have been covering their games for all season. I haven't called every single one of their games. We've had Brendan Jones and Tristan call the game as well earlier this year. We're all tag teaming it and doing our
Hmm.
coverage for the Tilbury Bluebirds and then the Northern Premier Hockey League, which is senior hockey league, semi pro. And I've been highly entertained. I've had a lot of fun
Oh,
doing these games this year. And right now we're in the playoffs. The
yeah.
Tilbury Bluebirds are taking on the Alvinston Killer Bees in the first round. It's a best of seven series. And in game one, Ant, a lot of people were counting out Tilbury to not win a game in this series.
Hmm.
But I think they silenced some doubters by taking game one in overtime 5-4. What are your thoughts about the Birds going up to Alvinston and taking game one of that best of seven series?
I mean, I thought for sure that this series is going to be an absolute war, which it has been so far.
Mhm.
It's had a little bit of everything. It's fast paced, it's hard hitting, it's tight hockey. There's been some scraps. Um, this Carl Florence guy, like as soon as he steps out on the ice, the whole fucking crowd cheers. He had so he fought who was it? Cunningham.
Alex Cunningham from
Yes.
Alvinston.
So during the regular season they fought. Well, Florence wasn't happy with the way that one was, I think, and so he wanted round two. So in game one, they fought again, which was all over. I'm sure if you're watching this show, you've seen it because
Yeah.
I put it on our page and stuff. It was both scraps were absolute wars. Like both of these guys, just
And Cunningham also had that big fight with Valancourt earlier in the year
yeah,
as well.
just
That one got picked up as well.
yeah, just exchanging knuckle soothers these two, and it was probably one of the better scraps I've seen in a long time. And this Florence guy doesn't wear shoulder pads, doesn't wear elbow pads. The guy's a complete psychopath, and I mean that in the best way possible. But he is exactly what the Bluebirds need in the lineup because it gives the guys with crazy skill, it gives them a little bit of room on the ice because you're not going to run at them. You're not going to take liberties with them. You're not going to, because having this guy on the ice, like I said, is giving them more room. And listen, this guy doesn't go out there and he's not just like a meathead. Like he can play too. Like
Yeah, he can take a regular shift.
yeah, we've seen him play forward now. We've seen him play defense now. So you can bounce him around the lineup a little bit. He adds some grit. He can make plays. I don't think we've seen him get. I don't think he was out for any of the goals. So
I don't think so.
he's doing his job. So, but he just adds. He's a fan favorite. I think so. But the boys though are playing well. Like they unfortunately we got a suspension and I think Cravatin was a little banged up too and stuff like that. We didn't we didn't have Jake Durham for game two.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
didn't
he got
have
suspended for an
Cravatin.
off-ice incident.
Yeah, so which I don't even know what happened. So we're not gonna, get into it either way. So um yeah, so having him out hurts. Cravatin game two, not having him hurts. It's a solid D man, and that's a big offensive D man
Oh yeah.
out of the lineup. He quarterbacks the power play too, So having him out it's big holes to fill with those two. But yeah, whatever. They game two they got smashed at home 7-2. But what I liked about it is they just kept coming at him. Like, they didn't give up. It didn't matter the score. It got a little crazy towards the end. What was the name of the guy who was hurt on the Josh King hit?
That was Josh Jameson.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to pause in the second period. Josh King laid a hit on Josh Jameson
Mhm.
behind the net, behind the Alvinston net. And for a while it didn't look too good, but so we called the paramedics. EMS came out. They were very quickly,
Yeah.
so I'll give a lot of credit to them for
Mhm.
coming out and assessing the situation. They got him on the stretcher, they got him on the backboard, and they sent him to a local medical facility. And speaking with some people from Alvinston, he was just not just, but he was diagnosed with a concussion. Nothing else after that. But it was indicator of what this season, what this series has been, and what this league has been. And there's some big hits, and there's guys playing the body, and unfortunately, it was a little bit of a high hit.
Yeah.
And I think Josh King would agree with that as well. But yeah, he's going to be gone for a couple games at least, if not the rest of the series. But our thoughts are with Josh Jameson.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, he's doing okay. He's in good spirits, but he got a concussion on that play. I'm not sure if he was unconscious for a little while, but they did a great job of attending to him and doing the right things to stabilize him in the proper protocols were in place. So my thanks to everybody, and my commendations to everybody for getting all that done. And as soon as we called for a bus, everyone that was in the rink They knew exactly what they were going to do. The ice attendants, they got the board. I mean, they got the because it was right behind the bench, right near where the Zamboni would come out. So
Yeah.
they went out. They opened the doors. They moved the Zamboni out of the way so that the ambulance could back right in to come and get them. Everyone knew their role. And everyone attended to it very quickly. So I'm going to give everyone a lot of props for that. And so
Mhm.
we were only delayed maybe 25, 30 minutes because the game
Yeah.
was still done by 7. I mean by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so that was midway through I think it was about 6 or 7 minutes left in the second period there. Alvinston was up 5-0. They had been controlling the play for majority of the game, if not the entire game.
Hmm.
And we got Josh Jameson to the hospital to get some medical attention, and he did that. So hopefully we see him again later in the playoffs for him. But if not, hey man, we wish you well. We hope you get better soon, and we'll see you on the ice at a later date. So Alvinston takes game two, 7-2. Brendan Feasy was on fire. He scored a hat trick. Their captain James McEwen had 5 assists. He was unreal. Great and some fantastic setups for goals for guys. Sheldon Thompson had a goal and 2 assists for Alvinston as well. Dylan Denemy scored a goal for Tilbury, and Aiden Ryan scored one late to make it 7-2 there. But this game was the game two was all bees,
Yeah.
and we talked about it a lot during the broadcast. And that Tilbury just had a hard time getting out of their zone, connecting passes
Yeah.
because Alvinston was just in every single passing lane, disrupting the flow of the game. And that bigger ice, because Alvinston's ice is smaller, I think like the bigger ice in Tilbury played to Alvinston's advantage just
Hmm.
because they have so much speed on that team. And they were very, very skilled up front, no matter what line they put out there, right?
Oh yeah, but they were knocking pucks down like saucer passes, knocking pucks down, keeping them in. The guys are rimming the puck around the glass. It's hitting a stanchion, popping out into the slot. Like it was just, it was just plays like that, and like a lot of the goals were like beautifully set up and just absolutely sniped. Like it was,
Hmm.
I don't know, it was just all bees in that game, man. And they did everything right. Birds didn't get any hops or anything. Nothing really went their way. They were having trouble getting out of their own zone and stuff like that. And when you play a team like Alvinston and you can't get it out of your end, you're going to be in trouble. So the series is even.
Yep.
We're back to square one here. So now we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what these teams really got, and we're gonna see who's gonna dig deep and who's gonna come out on top here. So long series left still. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Yes, for those that are interested, you can check out all those stats and facts at nphlhockey.ca. The next game, game three, will be February 21st, 2026, at the Brook Alvinston Inwood Community Center Complex in Alvinston at 6:45. And then the next day, the next night, we're going to be back in Tilbury. Ant and I will be on the call on February 22nd with a 7 o'clock puck drop or 7:30 puck drop at Tilbury Memorial Arena. So games three and four are on those 2 dates, back to back days. And then we'll continue our coverage of that. So it's at least going to go five, right? Tilbury goes and wins game one in overtime there, 5-4. They were down 2-0 in that
Yeah.
game, came back and forced overtime and won it with a goal by Andrew McComb. But game two was all Alvinston there. And so we'll see how the rest of the series plays out. Alvinston did win the Metropolitan Division regular season championship. So they're automatically going to the Outlaw tournament at the end of the year. But a couple of at-large spots up for grabs, and Tilbury's trying to get one of those as well. And I just saw that the NPHL said what the award or what the prize is at the end of the year to win the Outlaw Championship, the Outlaw tournament, and it's 25K.
Oh, nice.
So nice chunk of change for the boys to play for, and that's a long tournament too, the Outlaw tournament. So I think it's like I think it's like 7 or 8 days. Like it's a long tournament. So
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of people talking about it. There's a podcast that's about it called Blocking Biscuits, and it's the
Hmm.
NPHL because this team it's not just these two divisions, the Metro. There's a whole other capital division as well that has a bunch of teams in it. So
Yeah.
I believe there's like 23 teams in the entire league, and the other leagues are done their first round of the playoffs because they just did a best of three series. Now they're in their second round, which is a best of five. So when they get to the conference and like division championships, they're going to go best of seven. But
Yeah.
that's we're doing best of seven down here because I guess that's what they did in previous leagues as well. So keep your eyes on the NPHL hockey.ca for more information. And of course, you guys can check us out on February 22nd on the Tilbury Bluebirds YouTube channel for the call of Game 4 from Tilbury Memorial Arena.
Hmm.
Sir, it is the playoffs in the
Yeah.
Provincial Junior Hockey League. And the
Yes,
Essex
it is.
73s, they won the OHL, the
Check.
PJHL regular season championship by getting a record of 37, 4, and 1. And they finished with 75 points. So that was the top in the entire PJHL. So, first of all, congratulations to the boys
Hmm.
for getting first overall in the regular season. The next closest team to them was the Uxbridge Bruins, and they had 71 points. But there's some really good teams that are still in this. Obviously, there's a lot of really good teams in this entire league. The Fergus Whalers are really good, the Dundas Blues, but we will have to wait for them to see them in another time. But in the meantime, we've got the PJHL West Stobbs Division
Yeah.
playoffs in the first segment of the Schmalz Cup playoffs. And actually, I'll do. What did we finish here? Sorry, 1 second. And I'm just going to go over how things finished off here in the Stobbs division before we go into the playoff series. The In the last weekend of the regular series, the Amherstburg Admirals picked up 3 points in their last two games to leapfrog the Dresden Kings and the Wheatley Olmsted Sharks. So Amherstburg finishes in fifth place for the second year in a row in the West Dobbs division with 36 points. Wheatley is in sixth with 35 points, and then Dresden is in seventh with 35 points. But Wheatley gets number six because they had more wins in the regular season over Dresden. So he goes Essex 1, Lakeshore 2, Blenheim 3. So Lakeshore and Blenheim actually ended up tying with 62 points. They had the exact same record at 30, 10, and 2. So 30 wins, 10 losses, and two overtime losses. Their head-to-head record was 3-3 because Lakeshore won 3 games and Blenheim won 2 games. I mean, won 3 games, but one of them was in overtime. We thought that was going to be the criteria, but it wasn't. So the third criteria that separated them, the tiebreaker, was the goal differential in the regular season. And the
Oh.
goal differential for Lakeshore was 96, and the goal differential for Blenheim was 49. So Lakeshore gets second place in the Stobbs division with 62 points, and Blenheim gets third. So Blenheim goes from sixth to third from last year. Moortown went from third to fourth. Wheatley went from fourth to sixth, but Amherstburg stays the same. Dresden stays the same, and Walpole stays the same. And yeah, 673's getting the exact same record as last year at 37-4 and 1. So that's how the things finished off there. And the playoffs started the day before this recording in the Stobbs division between Lakeshore and Dresden. Before we go into how game one went, do you want to give our series predictions
Sure.
for these four series? And then I'll tell you how game one went between Lakeshore and Dresden.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So obviously, we're missing Tristan today because he is also a very busy man, and getting all three of us on the same recording schedule is proving to become difficult. But he did send in his picks via text to me. So let's go. He wants to go here. Well, we'll do Essex and Walpole first. No, we'll do Essex and Walpole last. So let's go. Let's go the four. Let's go 4-5 matchup first. So Moortown and Amherstburg. So Tristan's pick is Moortown in six, Says, don't get me wrong, Amherstburg has crazy offense when they want to, but that only gets so far when it's Johnny freaking Chartrand. And a healthy Flags team up front is a deep top nine forward group. I'd have to agree with the analysis. Um, I really think this one's going to depend on how quickly Amherstburg can get to Johnny Chartrand at all,
Yeah.
if they can figure him out.
Hmm.
And I think six is pretty fair, but I wouldn't be surprised if this goes 7 games as well. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I'm gonna say the same, and if it goes seven, flip a coin because Amherstburg, as of late, has kind of really turned it on and kind of really figured things out, and they figured it out at the right time, and that's heading into the playoffs. So,
Hmm.
like this series, like I don't even know about this series, honestly. You guys are gonna go, like you guys are going Moortown, but like I almost want to say Amherstburg. I want to play devil's advocate here, and
I would.
you know, and
I was agreeing with the analysis. I wasn't
yeah.
agreeing with the winner and the game. So
Hmm.
if Amherstburg wins this series, it's going to be in 7.
Yes, I agree with that.
So if they're able to get a couple games,
Hmm.
say they go up 2-1 in the series, and Moortown's got a battle back kind of a thing, kind of trade off wins.
Yeah.
This game's gonna go 7. This series is gonna go 7. But if Jarny Shertran shuts things down, maybe he gets a shutout or only gives up 1 goal in a couple of games. This one's gonna go 5 or 6 in favor of the Moortown Flag. So
Yeah.
hopefully we see a fantastic
Yeah.
series. Hopefully we see some clean, hard hitting hockey.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think that the folks in Moortown and Amherstburg are going to get their money's worth in this series for sure.
100%.
Blenheim and Wheatley. Wheatley has been very up and down all season long. Sometimes we'll get some good stretches from them. Like they beat Essex earlier this year.
Yeah.
They beat Lakeshore earlier in the year as well, but they haven't been super consistent. And Blenheim's has been very, very good. So let's give Tristan's pick here. Tristan says Blenheim in 4. The Blades outshine Wheatley in every position in Tristan's opinion. In every position in Tristan's opinion, each game will be close, but Blenheim has the edge and the consistency. So he says Blenheim in 4. I'm gonna give Wheatley at least 1 game, and I'm gonna say Blenheim in 5. I
Hmm.
think Blenheim's going to, yeah, I think Wheatley will win one of their games in their rink,
Hmm.
and push it. Do feel like these games are going to be close, 1 goal games, or 1 or 2 goal games. I feel Wheatley's going to put up a lot of pressure, but I feel like just Blenheim's too deep, and
Yeah.
Coach Spence has his team playing very, very well. This is a record-setting year for them. Their previous record for points in a regular season was 58 a couple years ago. They beat that with 62. They were a hair away from getting second in the league,
Hmm.
and they played really well against Lakeshore and Essex all season long. So I feel like that depth, and especially their depth in goaltending, Jake Van Coyle and Russell Vaughn are fantastic. So we'll get a couple of really good performances from either goalie. So I'm gonna say Blenheim in 5. Tristan says Blenheim in 4. What do you got?
I'm gonna go in 6. I think it's gonna be a little bit longer of a series. I think Amherstburg's gonna sneak out a couple and make it very interesting. But in the end, like we were saying, Blenheim runs deep, and I'm gonna go with them. But I think too, yeah, I just think it's just gonna be a close series. I think it's gonna be closer than we think.
Yeah, I think Ethan Davis and Adam Flanagan are gonna play well in net
Mm,
for Wheatley. I just don't know if they have enough firepower up front
mm,
to match the
yeah,
speed and the skill that Blenheim has, and that's no shot at anybody. That's just how we see it.
yeah.
Lakeshore in Dresden. So Tristan's having a has a fun prediction here. He's
Oh,
saying Dresden in 7.
come on.
So see, he's saying that the Graham brothers will go on a tear and are too much for the Habs defense. The Grahams have an edge they're playing with this year. Um, that was before we watched game 1. So game 1 finished 4-1 in favor of the Lakeshore Canadians. This game, I watched this game last night. And this game was pretty much all Lakeshore. Dresden only had 3 shots in the first period. Lakeshore outshot them 17-3, and the final shots on goal were 39-22 in favor of Lakeshore there. So Bo Porowski played well in net, but he didn't have too many shots, any high quality shots that happened in this game as well. Julian Geniak, Nick Graniero, Jordan Main score to make it 3-0. Cameron Graham does score to make it 3-1, but then Kyle Kelly adds an empty net goal to make it 4-1 there. And they had Griffin Taylor in net for the Dresden Kings today. So if I was to guess from what I watched last night, I'm going to say Lakeshore in four, just because I just feel like they're too much. There's a lot of questions that I see about Dresden defensively, and I just think that Lakeshore has just got too much, and it's going to be too much. Like I
Yeah.
just don't like. I mean, could they? Like games 2 and 3 are in Dresden on Friday and Sunday, the 20th and the 22nd. Could I see Dresden pulling out one? Yes. But I feel like ultimately Lakeshore is going to win this in this series. If it's not four, then it's going to be five.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Lakeshore probably in 5 games, but the Graham brothers are gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So, and if they're not contained, then maybe Tristan's prediction could be right. But Lakeshore's got a lot of firepower, man, and Lakeshore is Lakeshore, and you just cannot he cannot count them out ever. But I'm gonna go Lakeshore in 5 games.
Okay, fair enough. Last series, Essex versus Walpole. Tristan is so this is the 1 versus 8 matchup. Tristan says Essex in four. Walpole will give them a couple of solid performances, but and Walpole has a power play that's looked good and can get good goaltending on any given night from Nicholas Duranian. But we've seen this all season long.
Mhm.
Walpole just can't match up with the Essex 73s, and we all love our boys and with the Walpole Island Wild.
Yeah,
We love our boy Norm Odell. But I feel like we might get one or two close games here. But ultimately, I'm saying Essex in four,
I
and
am.
they'll move on to the next round.
I am, but it's going to be a knock. It's going to be a brutal 4 games because Walpole is one of those teams that they just keep coming. It doesn't matter. They just keep
Mhm.
coming at you. They keep coming at you. They keep coming at you. And that's one of the things that I really admire about the Walpole Island Wild is they just there's no give up. They're always coming at you, and that's one thing that I really admire about them. So, but Essex is Essex, and that team has a lot of firepower. They got goaltending. They have great guys on the blue line. Essex has a lot of firepower, so I'm gonna go Essex in 4 games as well.
Perfect. Those are our playoff predictions. Also, before we go, just want to give a shout out to Cameron Graham from Dresden. He wins the scoring title
Yeah,
in the PJHL in 40. He played all 42 games, scored 43 goals, and had 39 assists for 82 points. So he just under 2 points per game. He had 12 power play goals, 11 power play assists, two shorthanded goals on the year, and only 14 penalty minutes. So fantastic year from him.
yeah,
He wins the scoring title, and his brother Colton Graham what ended up being 11th in league scoring with 73 points. So 155 points between the two guys. I'm hoping that they can put up some numbers in this Lakeshore series.
hmm
Just if anything for pride, man. Let's put on some good performances here, and let's try and win a game or two against Lakeshore. If they pull off a series win, it'll be the upset of all upsets.
yeah.
I'm still taking the Lakeshore Canadians in five, though, for sure.
Mhm.
And one last thing, Burke Castles from the Windsor, Windsor. I always do that. From the Essex 73s. He ends up third overall in goals against average, 187. He has a record of 20 in 22 games played, 20 wins, one loss, and one overtime loss on the year. And in seventh place, Hunter Welk from Lakeshore with 19 games played had a 202 goals against average with and a record of 14-4. So congratulations
Yeah,
to those goalies. Hunter actually had 5 shutouts on the year as well, so he had a fantastic year. And Burke had 3 shutouts as well. Bo Porowski finishes in 14th place in goals against with 25 games played, 16 wins, 6 losses, 2 overtime losses, and a
hmm
2.33 goals against average and 3 shutouts. So Lakeshore 8 shutouts on the year. Let's see if they can continue that strong play toward the end of the season. So that is our PJHL playoff predictions. You can get all of your stats and facts from thepjhl.ca, and we hope to see you guys at the rink wherever you are. So Essex
hmm
is on at home on Sunday and Tuesday for games 2 and 3. They're on the road on the day of this recording, Thursday, to take on the Walpole Island in game one of that series. So
Mhm.
make sure you guys support these local teams and get in some playoff hockey. And of course, if you can't get to the rink, you can watch on Sports Engine. And is it, yeah, NBC Sports Engine? Is that what the app is
Yep.
called?
NBC Sports Engine. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So enjoy that, folks. Anything else, buddy?
No, I think we pretty well hit all of it.
Yeah, I think we did so too. I think we did too. So we'll take it from there. Thank you guys for tuning in. From all of us, thanks for the support with Battle of the Badges.
Yep.
Thanks for watching us with the Tilbury Bluebirds, and thanks for watching us on Your TV Windsor. We'll be on the air and on March 7th for Windsor versus Flint there, and of course we'll see you around the rink for Junior C and NPHL action as well. Last words, Ant.
See ya.
See ya. All right, from all of us at Hat Trick Hockey, we'll see you next time on the Hat Trick Hockey Podcast. Good night.